Welcome to High School Football Game Night, presented by Scenic Cable Network and Production. Now, here's tonight's game.
Hello and welcome to Ripview Stadium. We're at Wild Field tonight where the Dothan Tigers are hosting the Mustangs of Stanhope Elmore High School of Millbrook, Alabama. I am Mick Kirkland with Jimbo Lawson, George Willard, and Cliff Nyman down on the field. And this is homecoming for the Tigers tonight, and it's a big game, Jimbo.
Big game, and I tell you why, it's a big game for everybody tonight. Right now, Stanhope would be sitting in what would be the number 4 position in this region. They're 2-2, I believe, if I recall right, in the region, and Dothan's 1-3. So here's the drill. Best way to say it: Dothan starts the playoffs tonight. If they can win tonight, that then tees them up for a matchup with Northview, who Northview, as we know, is winless and out of the picture, except to be a spoiler next week. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Got a great Stanhope. I say great. Got a very strong Stanhope Elmore team that's got some players. Now they've got some interesting players. They got a couple of D1 commits on them. Key is Tigers just need to come out and play their ball. They've shown some flashes this year, outside of even the wins of holding them close. So they're capable, but it's execution.
Okay, we're going to join Cliff down on the field for the coin toss.
You guys are captains because y'all show leadership. I want y'all to do that tonight. Any of your players get out of hand, I want y'all to go settle them down, okay? Because if y'all can't settle them down, flag. Okay? We're going to play you white because that's the predominant color of your jersey tonight. We're going to leave. Call it before I flip it. We'll flip it again. Your choice tonight is, you know what you heard him say?
Yes, sir.
We're going to flip the coin now. It is a head. What's your choice? All right. Stanhope Elmore won the toss, and they're going to defer to the second half.
Okay, there you have it, the coin toss. Stanhope Elmore won the toss, and they decided to defer to the second half. So we're getting ready, Jimbo.
Yeah, it's homecoming. That's another thing tonight. You got the homecoming night, so you got the Tigers versus the Mustangs of Stanhope Elmore. But Tigers are fired up. Got a big homecoming evening planned, and we of course will have all the pageantry, et cetera, that goes along with it at halftime. But what I want to see is some football dancing ahead of time. I want to see the Tigers come out. Offense has been sporadic. Defense has had a lot of big plays, keep them in the game this year. So it's going to take. This sounds cliche. It's going to take a full team effort if they want to send the Mustangs packing up tonight and stay in the playoff picture, Mitt.
Right. The offense definitely is going to have to step up tonight, Jimbo. They've only scored 3 touchdowns for the entire year, so they've got to come out and get some production on the board. They got to try to get the ball to their playmakers, like to Tyson Williams. He's been kind of quiet. They need to try to work Williams into the offense, and they always have a pretty explosive player in Devin Martin. He's
Absolutely.
always, especially on kickoffs and punt returns, and he's a very capable. He can break open some plays. So it's going to be important for the Tigers to try to salvage their season tonight. And if they can win tonight and they win next week against our crosstown rival Northview, they are probably headed to the playoffs.
Pretty much. That's the deal. That's why we said it may be homecoming, but what this is Dothan High's got 2 extra rounds of the playoff, and the first round's tonight.
Yeah, you're right. And Cliff, what are your thoughts?
I think you guys covered most of it. This is a playoff game in a sense. If Stanhope wins, they're going to the playoffs, and if Dothan loses, they're out. So, like you said, it's win or go home tonight.
Yeah, so it's a big night for both schools because it will determine whether their season is extended or whether it ends at the end of the regular season.
Yeah, I think it's going to be critical tonight. Let's see what the Tigers come out and do on offense. Let's see what they're going to need to do is get the ball to the playmakers. When you hadn't been scoring, with consistency, you're going to have to hope that you get some folks who can make some explosive plays. I'm not saying you're going to come out and rely just on the big play. The Tigers are going to have great defense, and they're going to also have to have a couple of explosive plays to make this thing work tonight. Although I would say there's probably some, again, when you start talking about D1 prospects, and they've got several over there on Stanhope Elmore, a little surprising they're not a little farther along than that. So that gives us some hope and opportunity. And we're about to see what we do with this window of opportunity in Coach Kevin Jackson's first year right now with the kickoff, Mitt.
And they go, and it's taken by Tyson Williams at the 30.
There you go, and there's the one thing that can happen on that short kick. Tyson Williams across the 40. Nice block, taking the kicker out.
No, that's
He's inside.
nice.
I'm sorry. There we go, Devonair Martin. He comes back across. He did get it from the backside, but what an explosive play. Mitt.
That's number 6. I think that's Kendarius Martin.
Yeah, we did. It was, that's right. We
corrected it.
Want to make sure that Kendarius gets all of our deal, and to Kendarius Martin's family, my apologies.
There's a flag, and it's going to be sideline interference, I think.
On Dothan High.
Yeah.
What a return that time
got
by
a little excited, but yeah, that's right. Kendarius Martin with a nice move right when he picked that ball. So many times, Mitt, those teams, I'm not going to say they go down at half speed, but they're not expecting a lot on that 25-yard kick. They're really just kind of going down there, and he made them pay for it. Kendarius Martin, beautiful play.
Yeah, he took it at about the 30-yard line and returned it down to inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line. So great start. We talked about Dothan needing to make some big plays tonight.
And there's the first one right off on the special teams. And nice again. We'll talk about it after this play.
McDaniel
I like that.
It, well, that's number 2. McDaniel takes it inside the 10 down to about the 6-yard line.
Going to be about a second and about 2, Mitt, which is good. Tigers obviously can make a first down without a touchdown, but Tigers really need to punch one in right off the bat to be for a good tone setter.
They really do, Jimbo. This drive started on the Stanhope 13-yard line. They hand the ball off, and they get it inside the 5 down to about the 4.
Kendarius
Martin on the carry.
Tackle made by Pierce.
So it brings up 3rd and 1. They can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. The ball is on just inside the 5-yard line.
Spread them out a little bit. They're going to bring trips to the near side. Single back with McDaniel.
McDaniel keeps
looking for his
hole.
hole.
He didn't get the first down. That was good. They closed the hole up pretty quick.
Yeah, he did.
By Gregory McKenzie.
So it's a 4th down. So do you go for it or do you?
I think the Tigers feel like they got to go for it based on the production they've had this year, Mitt. They must already feel fairly confident they don't need to. They've had enough trouble getting in the end zone that probably not wanting to grab a field goal right out of the blocks here.
Really good penetration that time by the Mustangs. So the Tigers need to finish. They need to finish this.
Oh, second effort, Mitt. I'll tell you what he did. Nice job. That's right, Kendarius Martin. It looks like a 4 to me. Can you verify that?
DJ Dawson.
Okay.
Yeah, it was DJ Dawson, number 4, taking it in from 5 yards out.
Good job, and he wanted it. He was tapping on himself. Give me the ball. Tell you what happened, Mitt. He went in. He hit. There was no room, but then a slight hole opened up after that first push, and of course we see the end results. Touchdown for the good guys.
So Dothan scores first, and that was a 13-yard drive because of the great return by Martin.
Ooh, his extra point, no good, Mitt. Pushed it off to the right just a bit.
So Dothan missed the extra point, and they go up by the score of 6-0 with 9:45 left in the first. So Dothan scores, and that's a correction. That was a 5-yard TD run by Kendarius Martin, number 6. So Dothan goes up, but they miss the extra point to make it 6-0. And we know a lot of times those extra points come back to haunt you.
Well, let's at this point for the Tigers, noting what they've scored. Let's do that. All right, good move on the for the Tigers. That short kick going to the sidelines. Probably a smart move by Stanhope Elmore to go ahead and field it. Don't want to wait around waiting for it to go out of bounds on a kickoff. That could be brutal.
So they'll be starting Stanhope Elmore. The Mustangs will be starting on their own 25-yard line. They're being led by number 12 is the quarterback, Philip Warlick. He hands it off to the second man through, and he picks up about 9 or 10 yards. I think it's going to be enough for a first down. He gets across the 35 to the 36, so first play, first down.
Going to be some interesting stuff to watch tonight, Mitt. I do not see on the field. Stanhope has a tight end who is and I see, you know what?
He's hurt.
He's on the sideline in street clothes. I see that. What do we know about that injury? Without, I
don't know anything.
Not going to violate any HIPAA rules, but
yeah, I don't know anything about his injury. I was disappointed to see he was hurt. I wanted to see him play.
I did too. The one thing I can tell you is one reason I could spot him, even without his helmet and his uniform on, he's a full head taller than everybody else. 6'6".
Yeah, he's 6'6" for sure.
240 Florida commit. So we can see him on the sideline, but anyway, I'm sure it's all for the right reasons.
So it's a 2nd and 6 for Stanhope for the Mustangs. This is their first drive of the game. Dothan scored on their initial opening drive of the game. Handed off and
nice defense.
Yeah, really. Kareem Jackson stopped. He loses a yard.
Yeah, a pride of Tigers. Isn't that what they run in?
Yeah.
What about that 9? And they run in prides? I can't remember. Is that just lines?
Well,
I'm not sure.
Oh, Wolves? I thought they were a pack.
Wolves running packs.
Yeah.
I'm not
all
sure.
right. Okay. All right. Tigers, nice defensive play there to put it in a 3rd and long. Good. It's going to be key. Tigers need to get Stanhope off the field. We've seen that over a few games. Those drives that just eat into you by the time you get to the 4th quarter. A lot of coaching from the sidelines. He's dragged back. He's looking. Got a lefty. Oh, no. Decent coverage and Tigers over there, but he just wasn't able to make the play to the ball. Note that again, Stanhope's quarterback, Philip Warlick, is a lefty, and it's always just a different look.
And it's a different field, too, if you're on the field. So it's a 1st and 10, the ball on the Tiger side of the field down at the 43-yard line. This drive started on the Mustangs 25. They hand it off to number 21, and he breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, picks up the first down, and that is Kareem Jackson.
Sure can't allow that to happen tonight, Mitt. That's the one thing we sure don't want to have happen is for this deep offense of Stanhope Elmore Mustangs to get the ball rolling.
So it's a 1st and 10, the ball at the 32-yard line of Dothan. Tigers scored on that first possession. The handoff again to
Another
Jackson.
big hole, Mitt.
Jackson picks up another first down inside the 20, where they're going to mark him down at the 20. Cliff, any observations down there?
Not much. Missed tackles are hurting, but other than that, just got to get tough here on defense. This team put up 44 points on Northview, so they're capable of scoring some points. But they also let up 42 to Northview, so that's telling as well.
There's a flag. Offside Dothan. So it will be 1st and 5. Ball at the 15, so they're in the red zone. The Mustangs of Stanhope Elmore, High School of Millbrook, Alabama. Good pursuit by the Tigers and a loss.
Nice job.
Yeah, that was number 4, Quinez Turner.
Turner is the ball carrier. Tackle made by Kendarius Martin.
So Martin makes the stop. And a loss of about 3.
Second down, 8.
So it brings up a 2nd and 8. Good pursuit that time by the Tigers.
Yeah, Tigers, if they're going to try to stretch it out, they've got enough speed to catch out to those outsides. What I worry about, my concern is they got a Stanhope looks like a pretty solid line there, and so far we've seen some. They're winning the line of scrimmage at the moment. But you see that quick pursuit, so good. That's what you like to do. Hit the quarterback a few times, right, Mitt?
Yep, and they did it. In on that tackle, a host of Tigers, number 33 and number 96. Number 33 for the Tigers is Clifton Robbins.
And, Clifton Robbins has made a difference to this defense. He was hurt early in the year, Mitt, and he's back. And he has been a positive impact to be back on the field for the Tigers.
Hey, Clifton Robbins has been one of the best players I've seen this year, and he absolutely has made an incredible impact to this Tigers defense. He's been very good.
All right, little screen play. Oh, let me tell you, we need to be glad that one slipped through, guys.
Yeah,
he's wearing number 7, but he was about to have 6. He had 3 of the big uglies out up front and 1 DB for us out there. It was going to be a tough assignment, Mitt.
Yeah, so that was Stanley Knight, and it went right through his hands, and so it brings up a 4th and 9 for the Mustangs, and they're going to go for it.
Not totally surprising to me, and I'll tell you why. They've showed some pretty big plays. See if they're going to try to draw them off. That's first thing they tried was make it a 4th and 4 instead of a 4th and 9. But they've shown some big play ability so far, so. Let's see. We're going to wind down to a 5-4-3. They're going to run the play. All right. So he's got a man, and he's going to be. Oh my goodness.
And it's going to be short.
No,
yeah, he needed to get to the 10.
He got it
and
for sure. And you know what, man? He had him tackled, wrapped up right here, and let him go. It was right here in front of me.
So on a 4th and 9, the Tigers give up a big play. Those are the things you can't afford to do.
No, got them tied up, got them stopped, if you will be, and they're going to go for it on 4th and long. And boy, I tell you right now, it's the missed tackles. The missed tackle at the first point of contact. It's been tough to swallow tonight.
Jackson on the carry, and a gain of 2nd and goal from the 8. Looking over the sideline for instructions.
Nice play.
Good play by the Tigers.
Keep playing. If they don't blow the whistle, keep playing.
Who was that on that?
Is number 33?
That was Clifton Robbins again, man. That D-line's getting back there every time. They're killing the O-line. They just got to wrap up.
Yeah, they've got to do it for 4 downs and not 3, Cliff. They did good on 3, and then they gave up the big play on 4th down. They had them 4th and 9, and they completed a pass inside the 5. The ball back out to the 11-yard line. They give to Jackson, and he's hit and stopped again, but he gets back inside the 5.
Interesting call here, Mitt. It's going to be 4th and about 4. Looks like they're going to send on what appears to be the field goal unit. I think they've just said, look, let's come away with some points now. Good defensive play by the Tigers to put them back in position to have to settle for the field goal. This is somewhat of a defensive victory after the way they were ripping off yardage 10-15 at a clip. So a little hard on the snap, but he made it.
And that was from where?
Looked to be about a 23-yard field goal or so, Mitt.
So a 23-yard field goal caps off a 75-yard drive. This drive started on their own 25-yard line. So with 3:20 left in the first, the score is Dothan 6, the Mustangs of Stanhope Elmore 3. So the Tigers are back for the kickoff after Stanhope Elmore scores on a 23-yard field goal. Right deep is Devin Martin, and
Just kind of a two-bounce kick, but guess what?
that's
Martin-
Tyson Williams with the return.
Yeah, he didn't have quite the room with that compaction last time. I can tell you, special teams coach for Stanhope Elmore said, "All right, boys, it's called staying in your lanes. When you don't do it, you see what happened last round."
So Dothan will be starting on their own 29-yard line.
First and 10 at the 29.
Here's what needs to happen. Need a good drive. We're not gonna discuss outcomes. Let's just talk the process of this drive. Hopefully, this will give us an idea. Hey, what can the Tigers do here on offense? This is going to be critical. Good player over here, number 11. Keep an eye out for the folks over here at Stanhope, number 11 out there. So Troy commit already. His name would be Kelvin Stokes.
They hand the ball off and nothing there.
Didn't see much there. Did you, Matt?
No, everything was going backward. And that was a handoff to Kendarius Martin.
He was tackled by Tyrese Pierce, who I couldn't tell. Thought maybe had his bug in his helmet the way he was shaking, but I think he was just fired up.
I was going to say, yeah, he's a little fired up down there.
Yeah, he's excited.
So it brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Tigers. Jacoby Bubba McDaniels is the quarterback. Also in the backfield is Kendarius Martin, number 6, and number 1, Tyson Williams, who's in motion.
Look, quick shot. Good fundamentals on that so far, what I've seen. Good fundamental tackling by Stanhope so far. So Tigers going to need to set 3rd and long, not the position they need to be in, Mitt.
No positive yards on this drive. Still, this is 3rd and 10. They need to make something happen here. Just to try to get something going.
Get something established.
Yeah, that first touchdown was because of a big kickoff return by Devin Martin, by Kendarius Martin, excuse me.
All right, he's back to throw, looking. He dumps it out to, wow, I'm going to tell you, tough sledding. Good pursuit by Stanhope at the time.
So the Tigers don't pick up any positive yards on that drive, so they're going to go 3 and out.
All right.
One positive yard. That was a gain of 1.
Mitt, would you go after it if you were Stanhope right now? The other side would be, hey, you got the opportunity to. Looks like you got a timeout by the Stanhope Elmore Mustangs.
Okay, with 53 seconds left in the first, the score is Dothan 6, Stanhope Elmore 3. So the Tigers are going to have to punt the ball. They go 3 and out.
A little bit of a line driver, returnable. He's going to field it at his 35. He crosses 45, crosses midfield. Mitt that tackle, he's found a shoestring tackle right there. May have held it. That is number 5, Zach Stewart.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm going to tell you what, they owe Zach one because he looked like he had a nice little Mr. Turner had on the burner. Looked like he was on his way, but good job by Mr. Stewart to stop that.
So great starting field position. The Dothan 31-yard line is where the Mustangs will be starting. We're down to 40 seconds left in the first. They give it to Jackson. He goes to the outside. He was hit, but he breaks the tackle and breaks another tackle, and he's probably got enough for a first down. They're going to call him out a couple of yards short of the first down. So it should bring up a 2nd and 2.
Concerning thing right now, Mitt, is the Tigers have been there at the initial point of contact, but right now they're just not able to take them down. Tackling has not been where we needed to be tonight.
Hand the ball off to Jackson again. He cuts it outside, picks up the first down, and takes the ball inside down to about the 20. They're going to mark it down inside the 20, and it's enough for a Mustang first down.
Good chance. That's probably, well, moving the clock with the, probably going to get one more play out of this period, Mitt.
First and 10 Mustangs.
First and 10 from the 20.
About a 2-second differential between the play clock and the game clock, so they'll definitely need to run one more play.
First and 10. They fake it to Jackson, and the quarterback keeps it, and he goes out of bounds inside the 15. Quarterback is Warlick.
Yeah, Philip Warlick, senior.
That sounds scary, Warlick. You know,
Second down 3.
October, Halloween.
Full moon.
I'll have to tell you where I'll have to tell you where I stayed out in Texas based on that, Mitt, in a minute. So we'll go from there.
Hey, Cliff, we've had a lot of full moons this year here at Rip Stadium. Handoff, and nothing there. Good tackle that time by a couple of Tigers.
Maybe a yard on progress, but that's going to wrap up that's going to wrap up the quarter, Mitt.
So we've come to the end of one, and the score is the Dothan Tigers 6, the Stanhope Elmore Mustangs 3. We'll be back with second quarter action after this timeout. You're watching the City Sports Network. Hello and welcome back to Rip Stadium. We're at Wildfield tonight where the Dothan Tigers are hosting the Mustangs of Stanhope Elmore out of Millbrook, Alabama. I'm Mick Kirkland with Jimbo Lawson and George Willett and Cliff Nyman on the sideline. And Cliff, what are your thoughts on the first quarter?
Well, you know, the defense has played good, and, you know, other than some missed tackles, just got to see if we can get tough right here and limit this to a field goal again. But the big key point is going to be getting something going on offense. Still haven't proven that Dothan can have some consistent success on offense. So that's still to be seen from down here.
Right, Dothan has a net of 14 yards in the game because the first touchdown was a 13-yard play. You know, they started on their own 13, and then they only picked up 1 yard on their second possession.
Defensively this time, Tigers stopped them again, so it's going to bring up a 4th and about 3. Looks like this time Stanhope feels confident enough in the way they're moving the ball to go for it, Mitt, unless – let's see if they're going to get a cheap one. I don't think so. They've been prone to run it, but guess what? Flag in. Was that the clock?
No, I think that was a false start. I believe 73 got going a little early. Yep.
All right. Good news.
It is a false start. So
Gant Pierce on the heads-up call there. Our officiating crew give him a nod there.
Mr. Sims, the big fellow, the tackle there that moves, 6'4", 260. They may have tried to draw him off by saying double cheeseburger on the defensive side. We don't know, but whatever it is, it worked.
Now Dothan's got to be careful here. They gave up a 4th and 9 on the other end of the field. This is a 4th and 8.
I don't, to be honest with you, what we've seen from the production, I don't think Stanhope, they'll have a different play, but I don't think they're worried. Look at that. Going to go mano-a-mano. There we go. Almost intercepted. Smart move not to catch it there, Mitt. So going for that man-to-man one-on-one deal. And what I'll say is, hey, nice play. Tyrese, was that Keldrick Martin maybe for Stanhope Elmore. But anyway, no play. Good defensive play out there by the Tigers.
And that was a big defensive play, Jimbo. It kept them off the scoreboard. So the Tigers will be getting the ball at their own 17-yard line. They've just got to move the ball, get some first downs. Don't try the big play. Just systematically try to move the ball down the field and give your defense a little time to rest because the defense has been out there quite a bit tonight. McDaniel,
there we go.
Pass.
Got it out to Zach Stewart. Get somebody out there that can punish a little bit.
So a gain of about 8. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 2 for the Tigers. And that's what you want to do on first down.
Tigers need a couple of first downs here. Need to let this defense be off the field for a couple of minutes.
So it's a 2nd and 2 for the Tigers. McDaniel keeps it.
Tough sledding in there. He's going to be close, maybe about a half yard short from the spot I see, Mitt.
What do you think, Cliff?
He's short. Well, no, he's not.
I don't know. Looked a little
That's
better
first
once
down.
they got it spotted.
That's right. First down.
So it's a 1st and 10 for the Tigers. So they picked up their first down of the game.
I think it's
believe.
first down.
Yeah, because it was 4th down when they got the touchdown. 1st and 10, ball at the 27. Complete to
There
Tyson
you go.
Williams. Williams gets across the 40 out to about the 43-yard line.
There we go. And that's what the Tigers need. Going to need some quick plays and get it in the hands of your playmakers.
And we talked about that at the beginning of the game, to try to get your playmakers involved. And that's Tyson Williams, David M. Martin, and Kadarius Martin has stepped up to be a playmaker.
Absolutely.
1st and 10 Tigers. So they picked up a couple of first downs in a row.
Looks like, I think what we were thinking for a minute.
But Williams breaks the tackle, and boy, what looked like was going to be even a bigger loss, he was able to gain back some of the yards.
Let me tell you, they were going to do a little flea flicker there. They were. He had a receiver down, but that penetration was so fast. I really believe he was planning to throw it to Buddy Hope, and he just never had a chance to do that. Where he started dropping back deep, it looked to me like that's a plan.
A loss of 6, 2nd and 16. It could have been a 2nd and 20 plus.
Yeah, it could have been.
If Tyson Williams hadn't made something out of nothing.
We're glad he got back into the same zip code he started in, Mitt.
Ball on the 37-yard line of the Tigers. Three trips to the right. Man in motion. That's Tellis in motion. They go back to opposite direction, and it's a pick six.
And it is a pick six, and there you go. Kelvin Stokes, the Troy commit. Well, I tell you what, he read that like yesterday's newspaper, Mitt. He stepped in front, and it was gone. A lot of penetration there. That's all I can say is excellent play by the young man from Stanhope Elmore, unfortunately to the detriment of the Dothan Tigers.
Yeah, after getting two really good first downs, they turn it over, and number 11 takes it in. That's Buddy Hope. Not Buddy Hope, I'm sorry, that was Stokes.
Yeah, Stokes. And again, for all the Trojan fans out there, the good news is he's planning to go to Troy. Bad news is we'd love him to show out another week other than this week.
So Stanhope Elmore scores, and they take the lead with 8:56 left in the first half on a interception for a touchdown. Extra point up, and it's good. So Stanhope Elmore takes a 10-6 lead with 8:56 left in the first half. So Stanhope Elmore, Stokes picks off a McDaniel pass for a pick six touchdown. Extra point was good, so it's a 10-6 lead for Stanhope Elmore. Dothan was moving the ball before they turned the ball over. Well, they'd gotten backed up. They had a lost 5 yards on a play, and it backed them up, gave them long distance. The ball's taken at the 15.
In hot pursuit. Wow, good speed. I got to tell you, number 4.
That's Turner.
Quinez Turner. Pretty darn good speed to run. Run Dawsey down.
Yeah. So Dothan will be starting on their own 29-yard line. Not bad field position. So the Tigers have got to step it up. They've got to do something offensively. If you look at the field position, it was a special teams play that put them in scoring position. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. This is homecoming for the Tigers, and I know they would love to have a
nice
victory.
protection. Not much downfield. He drops it to Williams. So gain of about 6. Some of the better pass protection we've seen so far, Mitt.
And that was a good first down play, a gain of 6 yards on first down. So it brings them a 2nd and 4. They just can't afford to get behind the chains like they did their last possession.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Looks to be a reasonable, pretty athletic Stanhope Elmore. Really both sides of the ball. What the Tigers, like you said, got to do is drive to drive and stay in this game. All right, looking
McDaniel
again.
keeps it, and it gets across the 35 to about the 36. That was a quick reaction there. Closing that hole was number 38 for Stanhope Elmore.
Diamond, what do you know? These guys, I kind of read this, but that they got good athletes. This is nothing against the coaching. I'm just not sure. It looks like they could be better than maybe their record indicates. What do you know about them, Diamond?
Stanhope, I guess they just got that big injury that's hurting them. When you've got a guy going to SEC school and you lose him, it hurts.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, what we may be seeing is the fact that their defense, they've recognized that the Tigers are not real deep on the playbook side, and they've done a good job so far reading most everything the Tigers have thrown at them on offense.
So the Tigers will have to punt. Back deep for Stanhope Elmore, it's number 4, Renaz Turner.
They definitely got another low liner.
Oh, and hit the
Dothan man on the head.
But it was
now, let me tell you what's going to happen. Because they didn't pick the ball up and do anything with it, it's going to come back to about the 44-yard line where it hit him in the head, Mitt.
So
saw this happen years ago in an Alabama-Auburn game. Had a punt that hit Gerald Sprinkle in the head, and that ended up being a negative play for us.
So Stanhope will be starting on the 40. Let's see, about the 45 yard.
Yeah.
Their own 45.
1st and 10 at the 45.
The Tigers' defense have been on the field a lot tonight.
Have been on a lot. We're 6:30 mark, and
pass was intended for number 87. It's incomplete.
yeah, nice coverage by Eric James of the Tigers out there, the 10th grader.
Coachy was the intended receiver.
You know what I've seen, Mitt, on both sides of the ball? I've seen the Tigers move some personnel around since first of the season, and to me, that's a first-year coach and said, hey, we're trying to get people in the right seat on the bus, the right way to do this. So,
and one thing, this is Coach Kevin Jackson's first year. He's had 2 victories this year and come close in a couple other games. But Dothan had only 3 returning starters this year, so they started fresh.
a lot of young guys. But I can tell you something right now, we got to tackle better, because if we don't, Kareem Jackson, right now, he's turning turning us into a little Swiss cheese out there, Mitt.
Yeah, he's getting yards after touch and yards after contact. And they had him for a very short game, but it winds up picking up 5 yards. So it's a 3rd and 5. And it's a bad snap.
All right.
And,
Nice.
well, big break for the Tigers. It's too bad they couldn't recover the fumble, but we'll take it with the loss back to the 30-yard line, and so it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Took him back almost across the state line there, Mitt. That was a loss of after that previous play, a loss of about 15. And you know what? We'll take it any way we can. We're going to put them into what's expected to be a punting situation in punt formation.
Back deep for Dothan is Devin Martin, and I tell you what, he can make some plays. So they'll probably try to keep it away from him.
Oh!
Almost blocked.
Going to be a short kick. Take just a little bit of a Stanhope bounce, so they're going to take over at about the 34.5-yard line. Tigers will with 5:13 left in the quarter, Mitt.
So the Tigers are trailing 10-6, and they've got to come out and try and do something here.
Well, it's important. Let me tell you another reason. It's important for the Tigers to put something together. Need to keep the defense off the field. Secondly, with 5:13 left, got to remember that Stanhope deferred the successful coin toss and is going to defer, so they're going to get the ball to start the second half. So Tigers need to make the best use of this 5 minutes 13 seconds.
And they've been getting behind the chains all night. They've had a couple of they picked up a couple of first downs on that last drive, but they weren't able to do anything else.
Tigers going to look for that quick, and you know what? Idea makes sense. Didn't get a lot of yards there, but what the Tigers are trying to do is get something quick to get away from that center of the defense for Stanhope. They have so far, they're winning that down in the box right now. Stanhope's winning that battle, Mitt.
Yeah, Dothan's got to go vertical. They're going lateral, and that's not anything there. So a gain of 1 second and 9 for the Tigers. The ball just across the 35-yard line.
And he's little behind Tyson Williams, but I like the idea.
So it brings up a 39, and I don't know, Cliff, if you notice, the Tigers haven't tried to run the ball the last 2 drives. Every play has been a pass.
Yeah, they've not had a lot of success trying to run the ball, but at the same time, we know, if you don't believe me, go way back to Don Coryell days in San Diego. Air Coryell wasn't going to win a championship.
Fumble the snap.
All right.
And it's incomplete.
Just took his timing off a little bit.
Right, Williams was the intended target.
All
so
right.
The Tigers go 3 and out again. And they'll give it back to Stanhope Elmore with over 4 minutes left in the half. They're trailing. The Tigers are trailing the Mustangs 10-6.
One thing I'll mention, Mitt, we got a pretty dead-gum full stadium here tonight, and that's a good thing to see. When I say full stadium on the Tiger side, on the home side, this day and age, what you expect from a visiting crowd, not a bad crowd from Stanhope Elmore.
Good high punt, and it takes a Dothan roll to the 30-yard line. So Stanhope Elmore will be starting on their own 30.
4:14 left in the quarter, Mitt. Imperative for the Tigers to stuff them up here. Definitely what you can't afford to do is give up a score and then going to let them have the ball back after this start off the second half. So
I don't think the Tigers have I don't think the Mustangs have had a 3 and out tonight. All night. Do you remember, Cliff?
Have they forced a 3 and out?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. They need to get them off the field. Quarterback keeps it and goes forward, and he's hit hard. Short of the 35. Quarterback for Stanhope Elmore is Philip Warlick III. A gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Hand the ball off, and
not much there, Mitt. Looks like the rugby scrum.
Yeah, he may have gained the yard out to about 35. That was Jackson. Green Jackson on the carry, so it brings up a 3rd and 5. This is a big 3rd down. Dothan needs to get them
off the field. Get them off the field. That's what we need to do. You're all right. No flag.
And so far, they haven't.
Watching him. He's going to roll out. He's looking, and
incomplete.
you know what? Off. Good deal.
Yes, so the Tigers finally get a 3 and out. And they should get the ball in decent field position.
Got enough time, 3:10 left. What we need is Mr. Martin to have a nice I think it's his time. Let's see what they do. Unless they kick away from him.
They probably will because they've probably seen film on his explosiveness.
This is not a fake punt. You're going to get the ball back after the half. Low ball, so it's away from him. Yeah, it's a runner. Going to be looks like it's going to go dead at the 29-yard line. So that's where the Tigers will have it for 71 yards from pay dirt, Mitt.
Well, I believe, Jimbo, that's where they started from their last drive was the 29. It was. They started on their own 29-yard line.
Well, critical here is going to be for the Tigers to they got to put something together here. They got 3 minutes to get down the field. Let's get some points out of this thing.
And the thing about it is they're going to officially call it the 30-yard line. So the Tigers need to mix it up here a little bit because they've had one pick six tonight, and the linebackers are just sitting back waiting.
That's what I was going to say. They're just playing him. Nice. Oh!
Wow, good pass. It was intended for Dawson. He couldn't hang on, and it's incomplete. That would have been a really good play for him.
Yeah, a little bit of a change. The coverage was a little confused. Good job of picking up on it by Bubba McDaniel. Nice job of picking up on it. Unfortunately, just couldn't haul that one in.
So it brings up a 2nd and 10, 2:55 left in the first half. The Tigers are trailing the Mustangs 10-6.
Uh-oh. May have a little movement over there. Let's see.
I think it's going to be against the Tigers. So, no, offside. So it's against the Mustangs. So
okay.
It will be 2nd and 5 for the Tigers. The Mustangs got a little anxious that time. Tigers have only been across midfield once, and that was on the big kickoff return on the first play of the game.
He's going to throw it to
Williams overthrew him.
Yeah, he was up into the
stratosphere.
Yeah, he was deep over there.
That may have been picked up on radar.
That one was.
So
it's okay. Good news. He didn't make didn't do anything foolish. I'm glad didn't do anything like we had earlier with anything that could have been intercepted. You don't need that right now. You need a first down though. 2:31 to play. We really need to do something with the ball, even if it's run the clock out on it.
Yeah, the Tigers need to pick up a first down here. It's a 3rd and 5. And then the 5 yards came from a 5-yard offside penalty committed by the Mustangs.
Stanhope's only got 2 timeouts left in this period. He looks, he fires, caught it. Going to be short, but he did haul it in. We got a flag down on the near side here as well. We got a flag on one side says we got a wave off on one side. We got a flag on this side. As the referees confer for a minute, it's going to be legal formation.
Tigers will be penalized for an
ineligible receiver.
Yeah.
That's quick to have an ineligible receiver down.
Yeah. So that is it's declined, so it's 4th down. 4th and 5 for the Tigers, and no positive yards on that drive, Jimbo. Only 5 yards from a penalty. They'll have halftime to kind of regroup and talk about some things and see if they can come out to the second half. And I think if they can probably put together one good drive and put a touchdown on the board, they have a good chance of winning this game.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. That's what they need to do right now is make sure, get a clean punt off. Looks like that's going to happen. Going to be away from any return. Going to take a good Tiger bounce, and that's going to give it at about the 36-yard line. It's going to roll dead. So with 2:17 left in the half, that's where Stanhope Elmore will take over 1st and 10. And obviously our goal is, Tigers, you got one job right now. Keep them out of the end zone.
And Jimbo, if you look at the touchdown by Stanhope Elmore was a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, good point. Good point. They've moved the ball. They just hadn't done it consistently.
Yeah, they have the Tigers stop them on 4th down, deep in their own territory.
We'll go back to
Jackson breaks a couple of tackles, another tackle.
Mitt, I've not seen anything like this. I mean, this guy.
What should have been a loss, a gain of a couple yards, wind up being a huge gain.
I'm going to have to give some credit to him because he's consistently doing this, Mitt. I mean, wow, tough to watch that. Now, Jackson looks just a little gimpy as he goes off, but 5'8", 180-pound senior, he's chopping us up pretty good right now, Mitt.
Yeah, Kareem Jackson takes it down to the 22-yard line of Dothan. And that time, the Tigers did a good job of closing that hole and making the stop was number 22 and number 96 for the Tigers, McNeely and Ezekiel Moore. No gain on the play, so it brings up a 2nd and 10.
All right, Tigers need to be a buck 35 and counting here, Mitt.
Daniels in the backfield with Warlick. Warlick keeps it, cuts it inside, and he's going to be stopped as he crosses the 15-yard line.
Short of the first down, so clock running. Stanhope is not elected to take a timeout. Taking a little while for him to get the play in. Inside a buck 10.
Yeah, they have 2 timeouts left, so it's 3rd and 2, a long 2.
Okay, hopefully he's played into the Tigers' hands, letting the clock run. Taking them a long time to call a play like this. Come on.
Missed tackles.
Mitt, he scored.
Great run.
I'm going to give that young man credit, but I got to tell you something. Good gracious, how many missed tackles on that one?
Oh, too many. That was a 15-yard touchdown run by the substitute number 6, Daniels, who came off the bench.
No, that was number 21.
That was 21 back in.
21?
Yeah, he
Okay,
came back in. He
sorry.
flat sure did. Kareem Jackson. Couple of injured Tigers. One looks like he was able to come off under his own power. Don't have the number yet on the injured Tiger down currently on the field, but tough with 33 seconds left.
And that's something you don't want to give up. He should have never made that touchdown. Never.
Yep. Tough to watch that one.
Yeah, it was. He should have been stopped short of the first down, really, and he just broke some tackles and just kept moving forward, and the Tigers just couldn't bring him down.
Good news. That looks like that's number 8, DJ Marshall. We'll have a good spot on that, Cliff.
Yes, number 8.
Okay, good news. DJ Marshall looks to be a little gimpy, but I will say this: the folks from Southern Bone and Joint do a good job with their team out there of getting these folks in and checking on them. Important thing now is it's the extra point attempt. We got one of those setups where they've got everybody off to the side, then they run them back to the middle, and I'm sure
Jimbo, I believe they call that the polecat formation.
Well, they could call that. I'd say that telling you stinks, but that's okay.
Extra point up, and it's good. So
They got a flag. May have a tack on here.
And that's the thing you don't want to do is give up a score late
Roughing the
half.
snapper or kicker. Let's see, holder. Yep. Roughing the kicker, so they'll add that to the kickoff. And again, 33.9 seconds, Mitt. We've seen one good return. Now they're gonna push and kick this thing off from what, the 50?
So it's been a tough night so far for the Tigers, and I tell you if you look at the yards after contact that Jackson has picked up,
Yeah, tremendous. I realize he's not, by all the stats, etc. He does not. But I'll tell you what, the guy runs hard. He doesn't stop moving his legs, does he, Mitt?
He doesn't. He's always going. So, and you saw him when he got to the goal line. He stretched out to get the ball into the end zone, to break the plane. So, it's a great effort by Jackson. So, 33.9 seconds left in the half. Dothan's falling behind 17-6, and that was the first offensive touchdown score by the Mustangs. We were talking on that drive that they hadn't scored an offensive touchdown. That was a 64-yard drive.
Stand corrected. They're going to kick from the 45 with that penalty. He's going to kick it deep. Going to be taking it about the 8-yard line. Wow.
Boy, that was number 4 showed a lot of speed. Turner.
We have seen Turner the Burner a couple of times there, Mitt, from Quinez Turner. He does have good speed.
Right, he came out of nowhere and made that tackle. So Dothan would get the ball with 27 seconds left. They will probably take a couple of knees and try to get out of the half without giving up any more points.
Yeah, I think we'll see if they'll. I'd like to see him at least run a play, to be honest with you. Behind 17-6, I'd at least give a guy a chance to break it.
No, they're going to take a knee.
Guess not.
And so we've come to.
And I don't know.
They're going to have to take a.
Nah, they're good. There's no differential. I mean, here's the problem. If you're no reason for Stanhope to want anything to happen. I guess he just.
So we've come to the end of the first half, and the scores: the Mustangs of Stanhope Elmore 17, the Tigers of Dothan 6. We'll be back with homecoming halftime activities after this timeout. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, we would like to introduce our senior football players and cheerleaders. Vakel Baker with Coach Wagstaff. DJ Dawsey with Travis and Lisa Baker. Kelby Hutchinson with Tom and Tori Hutchinson. Christian Jackson with Tiffany Jackson and Chloe Miller. Shaquille Lemons with Steve and Mary Lemons. Elijah Lynn with Victoria and Anthony Jones. Chase Marchman with Mike and Llewellyn Marchman and Ken and Sandy Pierce. Ontario Marshall with Tamika Taylor and Rufus Marshall. Nick Matthews with Roger Matthews and Sharon Matthews. Devonair Martin with Donna and Jackie Martin. Kendarius Martin with Eric James and Taisha Martin. Jacoby McDaniel with Amanda McDaniel and Craig McDaniel. Kendarius Reed with Trendalyn Wade. Clifton Robbins with Shamika Lockett and Clifton Robbins Sr. Deshaun Roberson with Mary Williams and Terrell Roberson. Desmond Severson with Christina Severson. Naquaria Smith with Angela Turner, David Smith, and Tierra Moore. Zach Stewart with James and Kelly Stewart. Barry Thomas with John and Brandy Dowdy. Tyler Watkins with Tori Granberry and Jamie Watkins. Luke Whaley with Lance Whaley and Crystal Finch. Tyson Williams with Frank and Marlita Williams. Matt Winfrey with Missy England and Vernon Winfrey. Peyton Arias with Cindy Williams. Alexis Davis with Kirsten Davis. Renisha Green with Robert Green. Morgan Hill with Richard and April Hill. Alexis Jones with Neil McClendon and Sabrina McClendon. Ocean Jackson with Anthony Jackson, Doretha Jackson, and Leonard Jackson. Jakara Moore with Jerry Moore and May Davis. Shakim Watford with A.J. Watford and Regina Lee. Anna Lee White with Gayla White and Terry Rash. I'd like to recognize the band seniors. Dorothy Adams with Celeste Adams. Jornay Arline with Melissa Cruz and Jakara Green. Saren Beck with Mijung Song and Chung Beck. Tatiana Barrett with Tiffany Blackman Traylor and Pastor Harry Smith. Davisha Brown with Michelle and David Brown. Devonna Bird with Mary and David Bird. Jonathan Caldron with Yaneth and Gonzala Caldron. Carrie Sesersky with Marcy Sesersky and William Sesersky. Amber Collette with Scarlett and Troy Collette. J.C. Eggers with Wendy and Craig Eggers. Brianna Fields with Kim and Brian Fields. Veron Franklin with Risa Kobe and Veron Franklin. Emma Gaster with Kim and Keith Gasker. Joshua Hallbrook with Tish and Russell Hallbrook. Lauren Hawkins with Glenda and Lonnie Hawkins. Sierra Heck with Samantha Heck and Quincy McKay. Jada Henderson with Frederica Broken. Aaron Isbell with Brandy Isbell. Alan Johnson. Alan's mom, Staff Sergeant Hope Thompson, is currently deployed with the U.S. Army in Afghanistan. Michaela Johnson with Beverly Johnson. Chris Lewis with Barry and Sarah Lewis. Hallie Martin with Carrie and Hal Martin. Alexis Mayo with Kathleen Stewart. Taisha McCall with Sharika Halston and Arthur Halston. Ryan Magoli with Courtney Magoli. Titiana McGriff with Gloria and Tommy McGriff. Miranda Mendoza with Lucia Rodriguez. Jerry Mills with Tasha and Jerry Mills. Mackenzie Ming with Wendy Williams. Alana Morris with Wendy and Charles Morris. Tyresha Pritchard with Nicole Allen. Shelby Rhodes with Kimberly and Kenneth Rhodes. Aaron Smith with Kim Smith and Donnie Smith. Sierra Stampley with Satoria Stampley and Keith Stampley. William Taylor with Deborah and John Taylor. Evan Thompson with Kenneth Thompson. J.C. Thurman with Tammy and Jeff Thurman. Giovanni Veneziano with Catherine and Mick Dickey. Adriana Williams with Esther Williams and Mike Metcalf. Ayana Willis with Felicia Walker and Charles Willis. Avery Woodham with Kelly Woodham and Chris Woodham. Ladies and gentlemen, it's just been brought to my attention, we have a very special guest tonight. All the way from Bagram, Afghanistan, and just in time for her son's senior recognition. Please help us welcome home Staff Sergeant Hope Thompson. On behalf of the entire Dothan High Band family, our school, and our community, thank you for your service. The senior volleyball players and the ROTC seniors. Lexi Bird with Mary Bird. Emma Dean with Chad and Lamisa Dean. Morgan Gunn with John and Vanessa Gunn. Ashley Hawkins with Tim and Rhonda Hawkins. Peyton Henderson with Melissa Blackman and Tom Clements. Madison Lee with Bill and Shonda Lee. Mallory Woodall with Charles and Allison Woodall. Cadet Sergeant Montasia Lett, escorted by Marlo Lett. Cadet Staff Sergeant Tiana Griffin, escorted by Erline Allen. Cadet Master Sergeant Beatrice Hill, escorted by Jamal Moses. Cadet Master Sergeant Jarrell Dorr, escorted by Priscilla Dorr. Alpha Company Executive Officer, Second Lieutenant Demetrius Springfield, escorted by Crystal Springfield. Bravo Company Executive Officer, Second Lieutenant Savannah Moore, escorted by Bernard Moore and Valencia Dunlap. Delta Company Executive Officer, Second Lieutenant John Nurmagott, escorted by Tina Nurmagott. Echo Company Executive Officer, Cadet Second Lieutenant Kiana Bryant, escorted by Tasha Bryant. Battalion S1 Officer, Cadet Second Lieutenant Lakyra Phillips Modick, escorted by Latricia Phillips and Lawan Modick. Cadet Captain Anthony Thomas, escorted by Taisha Thomas. Battalion S3 Officer, Cadet Captain Samantha Martin, escorted by Carrie and Hal Martin. Battalion Executive Officer, Cadet Captain Devontae Glanton, escorted by Willie Glanton. Battalion Commander Cadet Major Alexis Hicks, escorted by Peggy Lynn.
We would like to welcome you to Homecoming 2016.
Ninth grade attendant, Brittany Grimsley. Brittany is being escorted by her father, Eddie Grimsley. Ninth grade attendant, Courtney Thomas. Courtney is being escorted by her father, Cornelius Thomas. Tenth grade attendant, Shania Ferrier. Shania is being escorted by her father, Keelan Ferrier. Tenth grade attendant, Iviana Turner. Iviana is being escorted by her father, Roy Turner. Eleventh grade attendant, Trinity Davis. Trinity is being escorted by her stepfather, Jeremy Hollis. Eleventh grade attendant, Kyra McGlon. Kyra is being escorted by her uncle, Chuck Johnson. Twelfth grade attendant, Peyton Arias. Peyton is being escorted by her mother, Cindy Williams. Twelfth grade attendant, Carlin Bilbo. Carlin is being escorted by her father, Stephen Jackson. Twelfth grade attendant, Melody Hilliard. Melody is being escorted by her father, Larry Hilliard. Twelfth grade attendant, Kiana Thomas. Kiana is being escorted by her father, Ray Charles Thomas. Dothan High School homecoming king, Devontae Glanton. Devontae is being escorted by his mother, Barbara Kirkland. (2016) Maid of Honor, Peyton Arias. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the 2016 homecoming queen, Kiana Thomas.
About another round of applause for the Dothan High School 2016 homecoming court.
All right, we're going to go down the sideline and talk to Cliff now and tell us, let him give us his thoughts of the first half.
Well, you know, it's back to what we've been talking about all year with Dothan. It's the lack of offense. I got to figure out some way to create some kind of offensive production, and I can't really put my finger on what it's going to take. You know, they haven't got that many rushing attempts, so maybe that's something they can try to do is create some ground game. But, you know, got to stop missing tackles and get in the end zone. Got to figure it out.
Okay, thanks, Cliff. And we're getting ready for the kickoff of the second half. The Tigers of Dothan trailing the Mustangs of Stanhope Elmore, Millbrook, Alabama, 17-6. And Jim Bull, Dothan had held the offense to 3 points up until 33 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, that was a tough exchange there. What we were sitting here said, come on, Dothan, what you got to do is do not let them get something here with the last couple of minutes, because you're going to have to give it up to them again. Now, Dothan does the short kick and fielded by Stanhope at their own 45, but you do take the big play. But that was a concern we had. Don't give up anything, because they're going to get it back at the half. Critical right now, Mitt. We'd love to see a 3-and-out. What we need is a stop and no points, and Tigers get the ball back. You sure don't want Stanhope to go down and put some points in. Dothan has so far this year proven they are not going to be an offensive juggernaut. Going to have defense keep them in the game to give an offense a chance. And that's how we start this first snap, Mitt.
And up until that time, the points were scored on a pick six by Stanhope Elmore to make it the score. It was 6-3. Dothan led, and then it became 10-6. First down, the quarterback is number 12 for. And his name is Wallach.
Yeah, he goes as Phillip, but he goes by Tripper. But he is not tripped yet tonight. He's a few errant passes, but otherwise he's done a nice job of leading Stanhope's offense overall.
That was a gain of 7, so it brings up a 2nd and 3 to ball just across the 50-yard line down to about the 48-yard line of the Tigers. And the Tigers they've got to get them off the field and try to get the ball and put some points on the board. This game is not over, but they've got to do a better job of stopping. That's number 21 on the carry, Kareem Jackson. He made a lot of yards after contact in that first half.
Absolutely. They've got to wrap up, and I'm sure that's something Coach Jackson talked about at the half, was tackling and wrapping up. That's got to happen.
So it brings up a 3rd and 2 for the Mustangs. And Wallach keeps it, and he breaks a tackle, gets across the 40, down inside the 40, down to about the 37-yard line. So it's a 1st and 10 for the Mustangs.
You know, again, he's had some pass, but you can tell by the way he runs the offense. He is a senior quarterback, and he's done overall an admirable job. And so far on this possession. They've got their offense clicking.
They fake the handoff to Jackson, and Warlick keeps it, and he's hit hard as he crosses the 35. It's going to be inside the 35 at about the 34-yard line. A gain of 3. It brings up a 2nd and 7. Jackson in the backfield with Warlick. Hands it off to Jackson. He goes to the outside. And he breaks a couple of tackles, and he's dropped by the Tigers. And on that tackle was, I believe it was number 6. Is that correct?
Yes. Darius Martin, cornerback, and we've seen him at running back. We've also seen him obviously with a nice return tonight. It's like they may want to take, like they were going to take time out for a measurement.
Yes,
maybe not.
Well, so it's going to be 3rd and 1. And they'll probably give it to Jackson, and
that's what I do.
And he gets to the outside and picks up the first down, takes the ball inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line. First and 10.
And if you're Stanhope Elmore, what you'd love to do is just this: run the ball, push it down, eat some clock, get ahead, and after that, and I don't think you'd see them do a lot of trickiness after this.
Right, and we talked about this Dothan team. Not a lot of experience, had only 3 returning starters this year. And Jackson goes that time, well, they haven't brought him down yet, and he moves the power forward. They had a hand on him, but they just couldn't take him down without him picking up a couple of positive yards. So it brings up a 2nd and 6. Ball just shy of the 20-yard line. And they're just giving it to Jackson. They give it to Jackson again.
I don't know why they wouldn't right now, Mitt.
And he just goes up the middle and takes the ball down to about the 10. It's another first down for the Mustangs.
You know, got to give some credit to that offensive line because he's just going at 6 and 10 yards a rip, Mitt.
So it's 1st and 10. The ball is, let's see, is it inside the 10? It's on the 10, so 1st and goal from the 10. Warlick takes it, and wow, and he goes into the end zone for the touchdown.
Close. I'm looking for the official call.
Yeah, they did.
Did we get it?
Yeah, on the right-hand side.
Wow, I'll tell you what, that's what you call slicing through there, Mitt. Looked like you stopped. And he did. That was maybe the quietest touchdown I've ever heard in this stadium in a long time. The problem was it looked like in a pile of November or October dust. And again, we got the polecatting out here. I can't, unless they want to practice something. I don't know why they would do it.
So it's a 23-6 lead.
And by the way, they did do it. There you go, Diamond. This polecat did stink for sure, didn't it?
Yeah, so they didn't convert on the extra point.
They're looking for try something for maybe as they're starting to smell a playoff opportunity. What do you think about that, Diamond?
Yeah, Diamond, are you there?
He's trying.
I saw him waving and saying, okay, I see what has happened here, so we'll get him going here in just a second. So the score is now 23-6. Stanhope Elmore comes out and scores on their first drive of the second half.
Well, here's going to be the opportunity now. You're down by 17. Good news is they didn't make it. You're still 3 scores away, but you're Tigers, what you need to do is come out. You've only put on 6 points on the board. 8 minutes, 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Got to see something happen. We'll take it on the kickoff. We'll take another big return to set it up right.
Yeah, Dothan is just, like we said, the most yards they've made tonight was on the kickoff return on the first play of the game, which it was a turn to their own 13-yard line.
We got a knuckleball. That one went out of. That looked like one of Nyman's drives. It just shanked right and went out of bounds at about the 30, about the 24, but bring it out to the 35-yard line, and that's where the Tigers will have it, 1st and 10. Yeah, and Nyman, you should be back on.
1st and 10 Tigers at the 35.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I know.
Sounds good. And Jimbo, I got a hook, not a slice.
You got a hook? Well, let me say this. He's got a slice. Y'all should play together.
Even each other out.
That's right.
So Dothan starting on their own 35, and they've only been across midfield once, and that was on the opening play of the game. Tyson Williams goes to the outside, and he's dropped at the 31, so Dothan's going in the wrong direction. The players are starting behind the line of scrimmage, and they're going the wrong direction. And this team, the Mustangs, are too quick to get to the outside. Dothan's going to have to find something else that works. That's a loss of 3.
They had some flashes if they could have converted some success, rolling him out of pocket, getting a little away from that pressure if he could find a receiver. And, but nothing consistent yet there, Mitt.
It seems like we've just been testing perimeters and not really going up the middle for anything. I guess I'd like to see us try up the middle.
Okay.
And it's complete over to number 5.
Zach Stewart.
Tigers. That was a gain of probably about 8 or 9. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4.
3rd down 4.
It's important, Nita. To make something happen here. We need a 1st down for sure.
And this game is not really out of reach. They've got to score quickly, and then stop.
There you go. Nice fake it across over the 45, so he's going to get into 1st down yardage, Mitt.
Right, and they're up. This is probably as close to midfield as they've been tonight, other than the opening drive. 1st and 10 Tigers. The ball at the 46-yard line. They need to keep this drive going and make something happen here. And the quarterback keeps it. He goes across the 50, and he's going to be dropped at the 49-yard line. A good gain on 1st down, Jimbo.
Positive play. Looks like we got a flag down at the 50 on the far side.
I think it's going to be on Stanhope. They're asking the Dothan sideline what they want to do. So.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the call is. If it's enough, if it's a holding, it should be enough to give the Tigers a 1st down. But, well, yeah. So it is a Tiger 1st down. Down to the 44-yard line of the Mustangs.
All right. Tigers across the midfield stripe. We'll take it.
I'm not sure if they are resetting the game clock.
I think some time ran off there inadvertently during that penalty.
So the Tigers with their 2nd deepest penetration of the game. They're having some difficulty putting the time back on the clock. I'm not sure how much time they told them to put back on.
I don't know. We've got I can tell you the guy under the most stress in the whole stadium right now is the clock operator up there because everybody's looking at him. They know what it is. I don't know if they're going to try to decide. He's saying, can you get your guy up there and tell him to put such and such? So they've gone to the coach and asked him to tell the coaches who are up at the same level to relay that. So maybe they had a mic problem. We'll see.
Okay,
and now they go to 6:45. So they added 14 seconds back, Mitt.
Okay, clock starts. Pitch back to Tyson Williams.
Found
He gets across the 40. He spins and turns and gets down to about the 35, and it's close to a Tiger first down.
Yeah, he was close. If out there, number 8, middle linebacker, if he doesn't wrap him up, he may have broken that on the outside for even a larger gain.
First down in one of the few rushing plays we've seen by the Tigers tonight, but it's a big gainer. And first down for the Tigers. And the ball is at the 34-yard line of the Mustangs. Quarterback being pursued, and he's going to be dropped back at the line of scrimmage.
Well, I'll tell you what, he scrambled to get back to the line of scrimmage, Mitt.
He had some boys open down here, too, behind the play. It's a shame.
He was under duress early, and that put him more into survival mode than it did execution mode.
2nd and 10 for the Tigers, and I would dare to say they're in 4-down territory now. McDaniel keeps it, and he's taken down. And the difference is the Mustangs are breaking those type of tackles.
Yeah.
And the Tigers aren't able to. They are taking the Tigers down.
Tigers have it's okay. You know, here where we are, we're still 3rd and long. This will be a big play if we can make something and continue this drive. Tigers got to be thinking 4-down territory here anyway, Mitt.
Oh, yeah,
to be honest
definitely.
with you, because you're at the 30-yard line. You're not going to kick a field goal. You might go, well, you're down 17, but you're also not going to kick a 50-yarder. Been a while since we've had a 50-yard place kicker.
We saw a couple of them last year.
Looks, fakes that. Going to break outside.
And he cuts back.
He's got a window. One man to
good.
Big block. Block of the week. Oh, my goodness. They are not going to call targeting on that. Are you kidding me?
They're going to.
My goodness.
That was just a good block.
I didn't see any leading with the head. We're not going to have any do that, but I think it was I'll call this a
defenseless player.
Well, he's not defenseless. He's chasing your quarterback down. I understand the safety aspect of this, but come on, and I agree. Kevin Jackson ought to be upset about that.
Yes,
I understand player safety. I didn't see. Anyway, I know we're not saying anything disparaging about the officials. They're on the sideline. I mean, they're on the field. They see something, but wow.
Personal foul against the Tigers, and
it's not going to get you any points with the home crowd. And we all understand player safety, but let me say this: it looked clean to me, Mitt.
Yeah, it was.
It was play. Let me tell you something. It was violent.
Clean up.
He did. He cleaned him, and you could see it coming. I mean, you saw him. It was like, man, that guy's coming. I saw Tyson Williams coming back, and I said, man, he's got it, and he sprung him. But that's tough.
So it was from the spot of the foul. So it's still a first down for the Tigers. And
it is a little distant.
And that should really fire them up,
that's hey.
So it brings up a 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line.
And let's not forget something. Coach Jackson played back there in the DB area and like that. He would have, if anything, he could have sided with the young man who got his clock clean. But obviously, Kevin played hard and he didn't mind putting a shoulder pad on the guy. So I know where he's coming from with that.
So what we thought was a big block turns out to be a big penalty.
We're going to still go with big block. And how about this? Clean him again, Tyson.
McDaniel takes it down
All right.
to the 5.
Nice play. And you know what? Tigers playing with a little extra. I didn't really say that. Extra. Wow. Tigers.
That's a little South Alabama talk.
Yeah, that was trying to mix two words together and it came out as extra.
Extra.
How about that? Anyway, Tigers with a little extra spring in the step now on the not only the sideline but out on the field. I like it.
First and goal at the 6, and they're starting to get some yards rushing.
This is good to see.
First and goal for the Tigers. And to the outside.
And he's got a hole.
Tyson
and he's
Williams in for the touchdown.
Nice.
So a 6-yard touchdown run by Tyson Williams. And I think that may have fired the Tigers up, Timbo, because after that penalty, they started playing with a lot more intensity.
Other thing I'm excited about, Tyson Williams, who goes out, who is leaving it all out on the field with a great block, gets called for that. A couple of things. Tigers bounce right back. Tyson gets to bring it in and say, you know what, let's forget about that play. Let's move forward. And that is one of those things that can happen, Mitt. You can get hung up and get your head down after a play like that, or you can come back out and make the next play. Tigers chose to make the next play, and it's paid off.
Extra point up, and it's good.
All right.
So it's a 10-point game, 23-13. We got a lot of time left in this game. 3:51 left in the third. The Tigers trailing 23-13. So Dothan scores on a 6-yard run by Tyson Williams. And there's a flag. I don't know if it's a block in the back or what.
No, I think he called fair catching.
That's what I was going to say. I think
it's going to be like illegal touching.
Yeah.
Is that what that is? Yeah, it's illegal touching.
So
thought illegal touching was when you reached in here and grabbed some of my nachos here at the half, Diamond.
Yeah, Jimbo, you gave me permission, man.
That's a good point. Okay, I will rescind that.
It's a legal formation actually on Stanhope.
There, okay.
So that will back them up, and maybe the Tiger defense will step it up now. So Stanhope will be starting at their own 23.
Tigers fired up here. That's good news. Let's see if they can. Crowd can get back in it again, and let's put some pressure on them.
And the Tigers need to try to force a turnover. You know, they have not forced one. There's only been one turnover in this game, and that was a pick 6 by Stanhope in the closing minutes of the first half. And incomplete. That pass was intended for number 9, Keldrick Martin.
The freshman Zaman Wimberly on coverage down the sideline. Excuse me, sophomore.
So it brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs. If the Tigers can get a 3 and out here, that will go a long way in turning this game around. They just got to make a stop here. Quarterback scrambles, and it's incomplete. He tried to hit Jackson and out of the backfield, and it's incomplete. It brings up a 3rd and 10.
And he had Aquarius Smith out there, did a nice job of not just hard charging, playing back a little bit, disrupted the timing of that screen. Tigers looking good, getting the crowd in it.
To me, this is a pivotal down here, Jimbo. It really is. This can turn the direction of this game.
Needs to get some pressure here. They got trips out to the far side. Single man coverage all the way out. No safety help here.
And if the Tigers can get a stop here, I think it would go a long way.
So they're going to come to the near side. Unfortunately,
and it's complete.
And for a first down.
That's complete over to number 9, Keldrick Martin. So it's the 1st and 10. So the Tigers give up a 3rd and long, something they really can't afford to do.
You know, good news still on the Mustang side of the field right now, but Tigers do need to get them off because they've still got to come up with a way to stop them and find 2 scores out there, Mitt.
Right, yeah, they've got to, without
So
giving up another
timeout.
score, they're 2 scores behind. So timeout on the field, 3:17 left in the third. 23-13 is the lead for the Mustangs. So it's a 1st and 10. The ball on the 40-yard line of the Mustangs. This drive started at their own 23. Warwick tries to go
Nothing
out,
there, Mitt. Nothing there.
and he's dropped for a loss of probably about 1. Warwick. So a loss of 1, it brings up a 2nd and 11. Tigers really need to get the offense off the field. They really need to make a stop here.
And Stanhope does use a lot of clock calling their plays and they execute.
Warlick drops back.
He made
Not much pressure, but he's run out of the pocket.
Just enough pressure to mess it up. Boy, look at this. I wasn't sure what was happening. I see what it was. Coach came down there to grab Williams and say, I know you wanted to be in the play, but you got a man downfield. Pay attention.
Coach him up.
That's right. That's exactly what it is. And Tigers doing a good job. What we've noticed, we talked about a lot of athletes out here and the ball and people being moved around, young team. They are playing a lot of guys in more than one spot, Mitt, and that'll pay off in the future.
3rd and 10. "15 seconds on the play clock. Warlick's getting instructions from the sideline.
3rd and long. Fakes up front. Pressure. He's not shown. There it is.
Big play. Big play.
Number 32. Nice play by Naquarius Smith again, Mitt. Good play.
Good play, and that's a field flipping play.
Did a good job.
He
Huge
can
loss.
he can flip the field on that play because it moves it back down to the 25-yard line, and they were out right just shy of the 40.
Devin Martin gets a chance to return this. Tigers should have excellent field position, and most likely, if he gets a chance to return it into Tiger territory. Now, off to the left side, Tigers have missed an assignment. There we go. Tigers, I think, may have had to call a timeout. We'll see. Yep. Let me tell you why. You had the two guys, what do you call them, the shooters out on the outside, and unfortunately only one was covered. So somebody checks out of that, you got a big problem.
Yeah, so with 1.5 minutes left in the third, the Tigers are trailing the Mustang 23-13. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network. So it's a 4th down. Martin back just on about the 49-yard line of Dothan. And, we can get a bad snap here, and they get it off, but it's not a very good kick. And it winds up on the Dothan side of the field. Doesn't even make it back to the line of scrimmage.
How about that, Mitch? Dothan's going to take over at the
Well, it makes it not back to the first down marker.
But Stanhope Elmore, 36-yard line. So a good case of the Shankaronis is going to put the Tigers in excellent field position. Opportunity to put this thing back within 1 score, Mitt.
Second best starting field position of the Tigers tonight. They're at the Stanhope Elmore 37-yard line, so it's a short field.
And guys, we've got some energy down here on the sidelines. These guys are believing Coach Jackson got them fired up. Let's see if we can get a touchdown here.
Well, I'm beginning to think that personal foul on Tyson Williams may be the spark that the Tigers needed to really get going.
What I'd tell you is you got to have effort to be able to get in that spot, and he sure did. All right.
There's a fumble there.
I saw that. Looks like they were trying bad exchange. Tigers appear to have it back.
Yeah, they can't afford to commit a turnover here. So a loss of about 3, well, officially 2. So it brings up a 2nd and 12. I want to get behind the chains. You got to take advantage of this good field position.
Absolutely.
The field has been flipped. Take advantage of it. And I'm saying this is 4-down territory, but they can't afford to lose any yards here. They got to keep it going in a positive direction. Man in motion.
Looking, pressure, screen. Oh, my goodness, miss. Intercepted. My goodness.
Second turnover of the game
Boy,
for
they
the
read
Tigers.
that screen very well, and O'Neal McKenzie, the senior, laid back into it and went right in his hands, Smith.
Yeah, you're right. And the thing that Dothan couldn't afford to do, they do.
Well,
so
we know
great field position,
yeah.
and they turn it right back over to the Mustangs.
We know the task at hand now is defense going to need to come out and stop them. Let's get the ball back, and less than 30 seconds, 29.7 left in the third quarter.
In a case like that, Jimbo, just throw it away because you still got good field position.
There you go.
That time, a good positive tackle. That was one of the best tackles I've seen him get Jackson all night.
That's right. And Teron McNeely, sophomore, fired in there, and it was a full wrap-up.
And that's what you got to do with Jackson, because I'm telling you, he has gotten a lot of yards after contact, and that's going to be the last play of the third quarter. So we've come to the end of three, and the score is the Mustangs 23, the Tigers 13. We'll be back with fourth quarter of action after this timeout. You're watching the Scenic Sports Network. Hello and welcome back to Ripley Stadium, Wildfield, where the Dothan Tigers are hosting the Mustangs of Stanhope Elmore High School out of Millbrook, Alabama. I'm Nick Kirkland with Jimbo Lofton, George Willard, and Cliff Nyman on the sideline. And Cliff, what are your thoughts on that third quarter there?
Well, you know, Dothan probably won that quarter as far as momentum goes, but you come out and you turn the ball over like that, and it just kills you. It just absolutely takes the wind out of you.
What a catch.
Right
wow,
so
what a catch.
It just starts mounting on you when you make the mistakes like that.
Tyson Williams hurt on the play, too. He's limping a little bit.
See him, looks like I wonder if he either cramped up.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Boy, that was a spectacular catch by Keldrick Martin. And
we called his name too many times tonight.
Right.
Yeah.
First down. They didn't get much pressure on the quarterback that time on Warlick. You can't just let him sit there, and they did. And
McNeely's down now.
Yeah, we have a timeout on the field, an injury timeout, and we played 10 seconds of the fourth. First and 10 from the 39-yard line of the Tigers. This drive started on the Mustang 42-yard line. A spectacular pass catch by Martin. Moved it on to the Dothan side. Jackson.
They're trying to rip it. I can tell you what he was doing, you know, and you know who that was? Clifton Robbins is in there. And once they hit him tied up, he was trying to strip him.
And I'll tell you what, Dothan's done a much better job of stopping Jackson here in the second half.
They have better tackling, and what we need is more of that. Second and 12.
Yeah, that was a negative play, a loss of 2. But they're using as much clock as they can. And it's smart by the Mustangs.
Fakes a handoff. He's looking downfield.
And right to Martin again, but he couldn't hang on.
That's a big break there for Dothan High.
So it brings up a 3rd and long. But they're just letting Warlick sit there, and they're giving him all day just to pick out his receivers. They got to run him out of the pocket. They got to get some pressure.
Yeah, they're not getting pressure. He's getting time. They have coverage. Eventually, you're going to have that. So here's the deal. There you go. Now he's going to blitz.
Incomplete.
There you go.
And that one was Turner was the intended receiver, so it's a 4th and 12.
You might see them go for it here.
Well, they've gotten first downs on 4th down a couple of times.
They've not been scared of that. They've not been scared of going on long plays because they've had so many, 10-yard plus plays tonight. So,
man,
let's see if they get them do it.
If I was them, I'd punt it as far as I could.
You quick kick it. Let's see what he does. We'll see if he's got that in his head. They're going to tighten it up, and they are. It looks like he is setting it up for the punt.
Quick
Tigers got nobody back yet.
And it's a fumble.
Bad snap.
And it's blocked.
So it's blocked. It was, there you go. So Tigers are going to pick it up at midfield. Mitt tried to get a little cute back there. Bad snap, and he probably should have been better off just to run it, but it didn't. Tigers take over.
Great field position again. Short field, 50-yard line, Jimbo.
Midfield. Good break for the Tigers. Good defensive effort that time.
And what they've got to do is take advantage of the miscues. They have not taken advantage of the miscues by the Mustangs. So what they've got to do, they've got to come out and mix it up. That option has worked for them. They pitched the ball to Tyson Williams, and he was able to pick up some big yards and really set up things on that scoring drive for the Tigers.
I'm like you. Think you ought to see the running back keep the ball and run it, just like we're about to see, I hope. There you go.
That time he keeps it. McDaniel keeps it and picks up about 7 or 8 yards. Well, they're going to move it back, so it's probably about 6, 2nd and 4, but positive yards. 10:23 left in the fourth. The Tigers trailing by a touchdown and a field goal, and they can, if they can go here and punch it in, Jimbo, I think that they'll have the momentum.
Ooh.
Oh, that was intended for Williams. He couldn't hang on, and so it brings up a 3rd and 4. This got to be 4-down territory. At this point in the game, you've got to use every down.
Gonna have to, Tigers just need to
just try to get it down.
Let's get down here and make a first down, and then just keep moving.
They've had some success with the quarterback keeping it. Complete to Tyson Williams.
Nice catch.
Inside the 30 down to about the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 Tigers.
Good play. Tigers needed that. Put it into your playmaker's hands.
And that was a quick pass. It was quick. And Williams hauled that one in. 9:51 left in the fourth. 1st and 10 Tigers at the 29.
Oof.
So it's incomplete. And they can't force it. Don't try to force it. Their last drive ended with an interception.
Yeah. Tigers need to methodically work down here. You don't need to miss the scoring opportunity.
Right. And don't turn the ball over. That's the most important thing.
All right.
Daniel keeps it, and he goes up the middle, and he gets across the 25, inside the 25. So it brings up a 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, 3rd.
Probably about.
Yeah, still a little long than what you'd try on a field goal. I mean, at some point you might say I got to have one, but right now let's consider it 4-down territory.
Yeah, they need to get it inside. They need a first down here, but it's 4-down territory.
Ooh. Nothing there, I got to tell you. Nice play by the linebacker.
So it's a 4th and 6.
Yeah, you got to pull out your 4th and 6 play.
I try to get the ball into my playmaker's hand. I try to get it in Williams' hand.
Yeah, you got to force feed Williams here.
Yeah.
Spread them out enough, and less that he falls back and has a gap. But let me say this: you see you see how they're stacking the box up there for Elmore. Got them all up. They're going to send the house. I can tell you what they're going to do. How about this? Man on man, Tyson Williams
What
Down
did
to
we
the
say?
2, baby.
What did we say, Jimbo?
Nice job.
Get it
Nice
to your
job.
playmaker.
There it is.
First and goal.
Good play. Not take any risk on going back and trying to do anything other than just man-on-man with your best player.
And that
Best
time,
receiver.
Williams did a good job of adjusting and turning back to the ball. So first and goal for the Tigers. 8:09 left in the fourth. And like we said, they need 2 scores. And if they can score here, you know what? I think they can win this game.
Absolutely. They're Tigers got a lot of momentum, and they're just looking a lot crisper and more synchronized this half net. Let's get in the end zone first. Take care of business is what we have to do. There he is.
Touchdown.
Good move. Like
They
it.
give it to him. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
touchdown.
Nice touchdown by Tyson Williams. Sliced across.
So the Tigers score with 7:46 left in the fourth, and they can bring it within a field goal.
Put it within a field goal. Very important. Let's make this extra point. One play at a time. Down. Oh, Mitt.
It's good.
Good.
So the Tigers put together a 50-yard drive, capped off with a couple of spectacular catches. A catch by Tyson Williams to get it down to the 2-yard line on fourth down, on fourth and long, and then Williams takes it in from 2 yards out for the touchdown.
Good job by the offensive line also. We don't ever want to forget the big uglies. And they did a nice job down on that drive. And, boy, the crowd's in it, the team's in it. And Stanhope Elmore is saying, what happened? We had this thing on cruise control, man. What happened?
Well, the Tigers started playing. They showed up the second half. If they had given up that score at the end of the first half, Jimbo, with 18 seconds left, they could be leading this game.
Well, you're right, Mitt. Again, good news is with 7:46 left in the contest, Tigers have pulled within 3, and that's good to see, and we like the fact that the Big Mo is right in their backyard.
And so the Tigers, we'll see if they go for an onside kick or just kick it and force them to use the whole field. The Tigers have done a much better job of wrapping up and tackling here in the second half than they did in the first half.
Again, let's just make sure we're making smart plays every time. You know, Tigers probably, if you're realistic looking at it, have a chance for 2 series as the rep between now and the end of the game. Going to be a short kick. He calls for a fair catch. So they're going to take over at about the 27-yard line. So time for some defense, Mitt.
You're exactly right, Jimbo. Cliff, tell us what your thoughts are right now.
Well, I think we're getting geared up here for a fun finish. The energy's back here in this Dothan sideline, and, just got to come out here and play some tough defense. Fire off the D-line like they have been all night, and everything will take care of itself.
Right. They need to get them 3 and out. If they can get them 3 and out or keep them from getting across midfield, and that would be great.
And, Jimbo, I don't know if you noticed this, but they got Clifton Robbins in at middle linebacker now.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Well, the good news is, like you said, we've talked about this earlier night, Diamond, was seeing a lot of players. If you take the original roster this year and see where they're playing now, they're moving around looking for that fit. Here's the deal. Look at this tackling.
That time they were right there to close that hole in and stop Jackson after a short game.
It's going to be interesting. Looks like, you're watching this. Let's see. He running the play like they are really playing the clock on their side, and they're like they're really still willing to trust their defense. We'll see what kind of play selection we get out of these guys.
And they got to put some pressure on the quarterback and not allow number 9, Martin, to get it. He's made a couple of spectacular catches tonight.
We'll keep watching this matchup to the near side. They've enjoyed trying to go to Keldrick Martin. So we'll see what we got. He's looking again. Good coverage.
And he covers.
It's covered by the Tigers.
Covers.
Wow. How about that, Mitt? How about that?
The ball was recovered by Dothan, number 6 for the Tigers. And that is Darius Martin.
And you know, he that ball, when it popped loose, you could see. Unfortunately, it was right where we are. It's only about 2 feet from the sideline, and Martin hopped on it quick because it was headed that way.
It was 2 inches from the sideline. It was right there, man. It was so lucky.
It was. I'm not going to get into all that with you. I'm going to say it was close. How about that?
So Dothan will be starting on the Stanhope Elmore 36-yard line. And I'll tell you, the momentum has swung. Now the pressure's really on Stanhope Elmore.
And particularly that defense. We need the Tigers to come back. He's dropping back. He's looking. Going to go open to an open Martin. How about that? Tyson Williams, touchdown.
Touchdown, Dothan.
Now act like you've been there, guys.
36 yards out.
You don't need to do anything that's crazy. They control themselves well, probably better than we did in the box, Mitt. But how about that? Tigers storm back from a 23-6 deficit, and we never called them out, but we knew they were down, and they have stormed back now and are en route potentially to score 21 unanswered, Mitt.
The Tigers have scored 2 touchdowns in a minute and 6 seconds.
Let's make sure. Let's get this in. And it looks good.
Good.
And how about that? Now we got a 4-point Tiger lead. 6 minutes and 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And that was huge. And if you look at this game, the turning point was after that bag. The call on Tyson Williams, the unsportsmanlike for the hit. And from that point on, it just seemed to have motivated the Tigers because they didn't feel like it was a fair call. But it was a call, and the official was right on top of it. But that point seemed to have fired up the Tigers offensively. They had just been stagnant all night on the offense.
And what that was doing at that time, the blocking through, that was one of those deals where you're watching somebody out there give it 120%. When you see that gets infectious. And the good news is it's infected the Tigers all the way back to being a 27-23 leader with 6 minutes and 40 seconds left.
And Jimbo, the score was 23-6 in the third quarter.
Yeah, it was 23-6, and you know, the Tigers, it looked like they were trying to put some things together, but you know, based on what had gone on this season and even earlier tonight, looked like that was going to be a daunting task. Well, they've met that task. Now the key is just to keep playing hard ball.
And they have tackled. We talked about it earlier, how much better they're tackling, because in first half, Jackson was just getting yards after contact.
They're going to go with a short kick. Now, he's not going to call fair catch, and that's the speedster, Mitt. Remember that. We got a flag. Remember, we've talked about how fast this young guy is.
That was coming back.
Yeah, that one's coming back. There was definitely a block and a hold there. So,
but it block.
Chop block.
So it's coming back. So you just nullify that.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, we talked about the speed of Turner earlier on defense on a kickoff.
I'm telling you right now, Ford and General Motors ought to find out what gets that guy's wheels turning, because he is absolutely. He once he hit the corner, even guys with angle couldn't catch him, Mitt.
Man, I'm telling you,
I'd love to know what his
he was like a Tesla.
I'd like to know what his 40 time is. What do you think, Diamond?
I bet he's a 4.5 guy, something like that. He's got some good speed, that's for sure.
So a big break for the Tigers, because boy, he started off with the afterburners.
Tell you what, that guy ought to be doing. They ought to be handing the baton to him out on the track.
I think Dothan may have slowed down a little after the flag, but anyway, you have to keep playing.
Yeah, let me
because
say,
the flag could have gone either way.
I can tell you what, the last two guys that thought they had the angle didn't slow down. He just outran them.
Yeah.
All right, well, here's the news. None of that matters. 6:26 to go. Starting at their own 19. Time to play some defense.
They give it to Jackson. He goes to the outside. And he's
and the fumble ball. But I think they're going to say his knee was down. But he sure did fumble the ball, but he was down.
Right, and the first person is taking Jackson down, where earlier he would just run over him.
All right.
Maybe fatigue has set in on Jackson. So a gain of 4, so it brings up, well, that looks like a gain of 3, so I'm going to say 2nd and 7.
Yeah.
He's saying 2nd and 6.
Long 6 if it's 6.
Yeah, it is.
Well, they're using the clock.
Well, they don't.
There's going to be that inside handoff
to Jackson, and
yeah.
he gets across the 25 to about the 26.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, I don't know, and again, whether they've worked him hard now. I don't know whether he's a little tired or whether he's a little bit gimpy, and I'm not, speculating on Jackson. He's done a great job tonight. And not quite that same. He looks a step slower right now.
Stanhope Elmore has to score a touchdown because they're behind 4 points. They missed an extra point. Well, they tried a 2-point conversion. They fumbled it.
We got a flag down. It looks like it's against the Tigers.
So that will be a first down. It's just a 5-yarder, but it's a first down. I'm not sure what the clip. Did you see what the flag was?
It was offsides on Dothan High.
Offsides. They gotta be disciplined. First and 10. The ball at the 32. We're down to 5:09, and so the Tigers got to just keep the pressure on them.
I think the slowness of the way these guys run the ball. He's looking long down the sideline. Ooh.
Incomplete.
Boy, I tell you what, he had the burner. Quinez Burner. He had Burner Turner with a step, but a nice defensive play back there. Nice, really recovery.
Was that number 9, George, in on that play?
It was number 9.
Eric James, the 10th grade,
Yeah,
listed as a wide receiver, now playing the defensive back. And they may have done that just to have some speed out there with him.
Right, and he was able to get his hand in there and keep him from bringing the ball in, being able to complete the pass.
It was a nice physical play from the defensive back, definitely.
All right, need to stop him here. And I know this sounds odd, but I'm telling you, as I watch Kareem Jackson run, he is running almost very protectionist with the ball, and I understandably why, but not the same snap and speed we saw earlier in the game yet.
So it's a 3rd and about 7. We're going to say 3rd and 8.
Diamond, maybe it's just me. It's driving me nuts watching how long it is to take them to call a play.
Well, time will become a factor soon.
Nice
Good
tackle.
open field tackle.
How about that?
That was number 20, Devonair Martin, with the play.
Nice tackle.
So it's a 4th down, so they're going to have to go for it on 4th down.
Well, they got to go for it. What's killing me, though, is, and maybe it's just me, maybe it's just my personality, but I'm sitting here watching this going, guys, I know you're on the other team, and I'm glad you're doing it, but what are you doing? You were taking so long to call every play. And they don't – this half, first half I'd have said they're not worried about it. They're ripping 8, 10, 12 at a time, but this half – they're not doing it. I'm not buying this yet.
Yeah, I would watch for a fake punt.
I'm not buying this yet, guys. Check your personnel. Going to center to the up man. There you go. Speedy. Guess what? Didn't fool anybody. Let me put it this way. If I figured it out, we knew the Tigers would admit.
DJ Dawson.
That's
on
right.
Tackle.
Came in and took him down.
Was it Dawson? Yes, number 4.
And it was Burner Turner, Quinez Burner Turner, that came in, and you could just smell that. You're going, they're not going to do that. Tigers were all over it.
And all that time that the Mustang Burn may come back to hunt them, Jimbo.
We're going to see. I tell you, Tigers need to come out here and just play.
They need to get a couple of first downs. The Mustangs have all 3 of their timeouts left.
Well,
so Dothan starting on the 37. So Dothan just got to keep playing hard. They're on the Stanhope Elmore 37-yard line. 3:29 left in the 4th. Dothan is going to hit 27-23.
Tigers going to line up with what we might had to call a timeout, I believe.
Yeah, Dothan calls a timeout. And at this point in the game, you don't want to make any mistakes. If you see something that you don't think is going to work, call a timeout. So with 3:29 left in the 4th, the Tigers are leading 27-23. First and 10 for the Tigers. The ball at the 37-yard line of the Mustangs.
And obviously we're going to see some ground chuck here. Nice. Mitt, how about that? Hold the ball.
And a flag.
Let me tell you this. 32, and I'm going to call this guy's name, okay?
He tried to hurt Tyson.
Well, he's been this Rancy Garner. You know, he's shown a lot of things, but he hadn't shown class. I've watched him do a bunch of this. Here's what you just did, pal. You just cost your team some yards, okay?
Right, and it's going to move Dothan in the red zone. That's going to be 15 yards. So
everybody on the Dothan sideline thanks you there, Mr. Garner.
What exactly did he do?
Well, one of those post plays, drilled him into the ground 20 yards outside after the play.
Right, yeah, the play was way down the field.
But I've been watching him and isolating on him some, and you know he's a talker and all that kind of good stuff. So again, I hope he's happy.
He tried to hurt Tyson Williams. Is what he tried to do.
Yeah.
First and 10, the ball on the 14-yard line. 3 minutes left. Dothan with the ball.
Doing a good job of holding the ball. That's what I'd do. Hey, don't worry about it. Just do what you got to do right now. They'll probably start using some timeouts.
Yeah, they'll have to a loss of about 4, and you don't want to lose any yards on the play. But Dothan is within field goal range where they are now. And
yeah, you know it'd be interesting. I mean, I guess you would. You know, you should get a little closer. Let's see. We'll just see. Let's not even talk field goal.
Well,
yet.
I'm just saying.
Right.
But while we got time out on the field, let me kind of recap the scoring. First quarter, Dothan scored on their first drive of the game on a big return by Martin. And they got the ball on the 13-yard line, and they took it in on a 5-yard TD run by Martin. And they missed the extra point to make it 6-0. The next score came on a 23-yard field goal by Stanhope Elmore with 3:20 left in the first. And the next score was, let's see, it was 6-3 at the end of the first quarter. Stanhope Elmore scored a touchdown with 8:56 left in the second. And we'll pick up after this play.
All right, he's got a gap, Mitt. Got a wing, nice stiff arm. Stayed in bounds. Got down to the back to the 15.
That's Tyson Williams. Timeout by Stanhope Elmore, and that will leave them with one timeout. So it brings up a 3rd and 10 for the Tigers, and they can only stop the clock one more time. But getting back to the scoring. The score was 17 let's see, in the second quarter. Stanhope Elmore scored with 33.9 seconds left in the first half on a 15-yard TD run by Jackson. And the halftime score was Stanhope Elmore 17, Dothan 6 at halftime. Then the initial drive of the second half, Stanhope Elmore started on their own 45 and ended with a 10-yard TD run by Warlick. They missed the extra point and made it 23-6. That was with 8:15 left in the third. Dothan scored with a 6-yard TD run by Williams. That was in the third with 3:51 left, make it 23-13. And Dothan scored again with 7:46 left on a 2-yard run by Williams, make it 23-10, 23-20. And they scored with 6:40 to make it 27-23 on a long pass by McDaniels to Williams, a 36-yard TD pass.
Yeah, they're going to run it this time. I don't know who's going to take it, Tyson, Bubba McDaniel, whatever, but they're going to run the ball, and you should run the ball. And how about that?
And they pitch
how
it
about
out.
that?
Touchdown, Dothan.
How about that, my friend?
Pitch over to number 4 of the Tigers.
Beautifully executed, Mitt. They thought it. He gave the fake inside to Williams, and he went out. And I'll tell you what he did so beautifully. McDaniel showed you why being a senior pays off, because he pitched that at the last minute and the defensive back had already committed in, and of course we see what the results are, Mitt. So the Tigers right now have an opportunity to go up by 11, and let's just go back to this. You were talking about 28 unanswered points, Mitt.
Wow. So the Tigers go at 34-23. I'm telling you what, that play was a turnaround of this game. That personal foul call against Tyson Williams, in which the crowd and the coaches disagreed with, but it happened. But that was a turning point for the Tigers.
And if Otis Day was with us right now, he'd say shamalama ding dong.
Yeah. So the Tigers score again. 2:21 left in the fourth. They lead at 34-23. So Dothan has run off how many unanswered points, Jimbo?
I can tell you exactly how many. 28 unanswered points. 23-6 at the half. Tigers had not shown much of, had shown just to be just enough out of sync. Not a lot of things happening. And I can tell you what happened. They got sparked.
The Tigers have scored 21 points in just under 5 minutes. Under 5 minutes, it's about 5 minutes and 20 seconds.
And that's good. You know what? Kick it out of bounds. I don't think they do it. Do you have an option to even allow them to re-kick it, Diamond, or do they have to take it at 35?
I think they get a few options. I think they do have to re-kick. They will make them re-kick.
I don't think so. I don't think they're going to chance. Well, they can't. How much time do they want to burn? Do they want to, do that? I
don't know. That about took my head off, though. I had to get down on the ground.
So Dothan has 2 minutes and 21 seconds to stop Stanhope Elmore from scoring a touchdown and a field goal and a 2-point conversion.
What they don't need to do is to give up a big play right now. They need to keep an eye out here on Quinez Turner, the burner out there. I sure hope the DBs are going to pay attention to that. Just me personally, I wish I saw another safety back there, but they're going to try to get it in his hands.
Picked off. Almost.
Nice play.
Boy, I thought he had that one. That would have been to the house, Jimbo.
Now
that would have been a pick
let me say this. If I'm on the Stanhope side, I might try to get it to him some, even if I got to get him with that speed I've seen. Get it to him a little close. That took too long to develop.
Yeah, they need more than just one over there on him.
I'd like to see it. Let's see if they burn him. Let's see if he goes on the give and go, and it's okay.
He stays inbound.
Tell you what, we'll give you that play. Let's see. I want to see if they have the capability to run plays any faster than they've been.
I really think all the time they wasted.
Yeah.
It's going to come back to Burner.
Well, let's see.
Really
let's just see.
First and 10, the ball at the 45.
2:08, and the clock's now running. Back, looking. He's going to try to come across. Ooh.
Incomplete.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what, he keeps that up. I think the Tigers going to have him a pick six here soon.
Yeah.
Down to 2:01 left. Second and 10, the ball at the 45-yard line of the Mustangs. They are 2 scores behind. They have to score a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and a field goal because they missed an extra point attempt earlier.
Looking again. He's going to go deep. He's looking down the field. Well,
incomplete.
Had decent coverage there by Eric James, the sophomore. Had decent coverage. He got a little turned around, but he was there. They want to pay a little attention. 3rd and 10.
Yeah, 3rd.
Somewhere they're going to need to try to dump something over the middle, try to get a first down. But
they're down to one timeout.
And that's their problem, not mine, Mitt. They're going to go ahead and take it, I guess. Unless the Tigers have decided to take one to talk about it. And that's not a bad idea. Let's calm them down.
Yeah, so Dothan takes a timeout with 1:55 left in the fourth. They lead at 34-23.
All right, main thing the Tigers got to do is, at this point, Mitch, to come out, be smart, don't let anybody get behind you. I like the fact they're going to put Tyson Williams in that deep slot. There you go. And if you don't get the ball,
incomplete.
As long as they don't get the ball, we wish you would have caught it. You know what I mean? But
right.
as long as we don't let one of these speedsters get the ball in stride, we're okay. Tigers doing a nice job here in coverage.
So we're down to 4th down and 10. This is the game here.
You know, good point.
This play, if they don't get the first down,
It's
the
all
Tigers,
knees.
yeah, the Tigers can just run the clock out.
All right. Main thing's not letting anybody get behind you. Get a little pressure. He's going to try to run. He's going to be short, Mitt, at that point. Wow,
close.
that spot's going to be close. I think the spot's going to allow him to move forward. Let's see.
First down. Boy, he got exactly what he needed.
Good. You know what? Hats off there to Tripper Warlick. But now the clock's going to get started here as soon as they set the change. It should.
The clock has started.
And they are running the plays a little quicker than they had been.
He's going to be sacked.
No, but he's going to get the ball in bounds, and they can't. They got one timeout. Tigers doing the right thing. Don't let anybody get behind you. Clock's running at $1:20. Remember, this is still a 2-score game and that's the tie and with a 2-point conversion.
2nd and 4.
Warwick's going to roll away from us. Looking.
Incomplete.
And incomplete pass. He's still looking for Burner across the middle.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4.
3rd down 4.
This drive started on the 35-yard line of the Mustangs, and they moved it to the 39-yard line of the Tigers. The Tigers scored 21 points in, what did we say, 5 minutes and
5:25.
5:25.
And what I like is that the Tigers have also gone back to some 2 deep safeties here. So man coverage, 2 deep. We'll give you that all day long.
Don't let them get out of bounds. That was the first down. The clock would have stopped anyway. So
he's going to have it at the 30-yard line. 1 minute, 8/10 left.
They've got to get a little pressure on the quarterback. They're just letting him sit there. So
you know, Mitt, I think they're happy right now to let him continue to throw it under, just whatever he's going to have to do, just not have anybody get behind like we saw back there. All right. Good defensive play. There's where that safety rolling over. He did a nice job of coverage over there.
2nd down 10.
So he throws up one in the end zone, and the Tigers had good coverage. So it brings up a 2nd and 10. 52.8 seconds left in the 4th. They'll probably try to do the same thing again.
Well, let's see if they
have
one timeout. Is he willing to do something over the middle somewhere? Okay, that's perfect. Going to have to burn the timeout maybe. They don't get set that quick. Yeah, there it is. That's the final timeout. He didn't have any choice.
Yeah, it's final timeout for the Mustangs. 35.6 seconds left. They're trailing 34-23.
He needs to throw 2 to the end zone. It's about all he can do, Mitt, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so the Tigers.
What do you think, Diamond? I'm sorry, Mitt.
Yeah, go ahead, Diamond.
Yeah, I think it's going to end up being a good win for Dothan High, guys. I mean, they found a way to win, and, you know, Stanhope Elmore kind of found a way to lose, too. But regardless, Dothan High showed some success on offense tonight, and that's been the key.
You know, he made that, and again, we go back to the block by Tyson Williams, which was awesome. The second thing was, you know, this player, I'll quit calling his name over there, that was really showing a lack of sportsmanship. He cost them down there. That put them in a position where they got to go to have 2 scores on that personal foul late in the game. Not necessary, and we just thank him. That was icing on some cake.
Right, and Jimbo, one note here. Dothan has scored 3 touchdowns all season. Tonight they scored 3 in 5 minutes and 25 seconds.
They were storing them up, Mitt.
Yeah. So this is it. This is 3rd.
He's going to look for something across the middle. Okay, that's fine. Just don't let him score. There you go.
Good hit. So the clock was stopped for a first down, but
they can't stop it. They'll as soon as the chains get set. All right. The clock starts.
He spikes it.
Okay. 21 seconds left.
They got to get a little pressure on the quarterback. They have just been, you need to get a little pressure on him. You just can't let him sit there.
Yeah.
you know, you got try to run him out of the pocket or something. Just put some pressure on him to make him make a mistake.
How about a delayed blitz, maybe, Mitt? Let's see.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to go to the end zone.
Incomplete.
Got to be careful. You want him to make sure he turns around, but nice play. He was out of bounds. Out of the end zone before he could get it on there.
We're down to 15.3 seconds. Third down and 10. And the Mustangs are out of timeout, so they're going to have to go to the air every time. They can get a first down without a touchdown.
Looks. Throws to the end zone.
He dropped it. Incomplete.
Defensive man, he was in position. I'll give the receiver credit. He moved himself back in position to make the play. Didn't happen. Now we're inside of 10 seconds, Mitt. 8.3.
It's fourth down. This is the last play unless they get a touchdown or first down. So the Tigers need to.
And I like what Coach Jackson's doing with the young team. What he's doing is just saying, there you go.
That's it, baby.
Ball game.
That's it.
Tigers are going to get to come out and take a knee with .9. And maybe in the last few years, Mitt, one of the better comebacks we've seen, if not the best, definitely one of the top comebacks we've seen.
Right. This team looked like a totally different team the last 10, 15 minutes of the game than they did the whole first half.
And we went, like you said, we saw a glimmer of light. And on that play when Tyson Williams came back to lay a block on the fella when we had that play going, and it just sent a spark. And after that, it was like, hey man, we're all inspired. And incredible comeback, and great for a young team like the Dothan Tigers to be able to do this, Mitt.
And it moves the Tigers one game closer to being the playoff.
That's right. Now the key is, I got to check. Tigers, I believe, hold their own destiny. If they beat Northview next week, they should be in prime position, if not lock position, for that final playoff spot. Are we spot on there, Diamond?
Yeah, that was good. They win next week, they'll be in the playoffs, and I'm not sure what Stanhope Elmore's situation is. I think they're still alive.
I believe what happens is it's these two teams tonight had the position. It was winner moves on, as we said. Now, if Stanhope was to win next week and the Tigers were not able to overcome and beat Northview, then that puts them back in. But right now, I believe the Tigers control their own destiny to make the playoffs.
And I think you're right, Jimbo. While we got just a few minutes, we've got to recap this
score
because it was such incredible comeback. And it was like two different teams out there. Dothan scored first on the first opening drive of the game on a 5-yard TD run by Darius Martin. They missed the extra point to make it 6-0. That was with 9:45 left in the first. Stanhope Elmore kicked a 23-yard field goal with 3:20 left in the first to make it Dothan 6, Stanhope Elmore 3. And that was the score at the end of the first. The Tigers threw an interception. It was a pick six by Stokes with 8:56 left in the second to make it 10-6 over Dothan. The next score came on a 15-yard TD run with only 33 seconds left in the first half to make it 17-6 Stanhope Elmore. They scored again in the third on a 10-yard TD run by Warlick. They missed the extra point to make it 23-6. Dothan scored on a 6-yard run by Tyson Williams with 3:51 left in the third to make it 23-13. Dothan scored again with 7:46 left in the third on a 2-yard run by Williams to make it 23-20. Stanhope still leading the Tigers of Dothan. Dothan scored with 6:40 left on a 36-yard TD pass from McDaniel to Williams to make it 27-23. The Tigers scored again with 2:21 left in the fourth. In the fourth on a 15-yard TD pass run by DJ Dawson to make it 34-23, and that's the final score. The Tigers winning with a great comeback. Any closing comments, Cliff, George, Jimbo?
No, not too many other than Dothan High, fighting real hard, come back for the win here. So,
tell you what I saw out of this, right now I see a bunch of Dothan High players running across the field. Folks, if you want to go to the Waffle House, you better hurry because they're about to load it up, and they ought to do that. They deserve that win. They were at a point they could have given up. Big block that was, penalty called some bit, but really sparked them. And then at the end, took advantage of being a little more class than a player on the other team, and that really kind of cemented it the other way. But hats off to the Tigers for really putting it together and playing heads-up ball after being down 23-6 midway third quarter, Mitt.
And it was an incredible comeback, and it shows the character of the Dothan Tigers. It looked like they was holding the 10 in, but those guys, they just came back. They fought their way back into this game and come out with an 11-point victory after trailing 23-6. They held them without any points.
I'll tell you what, glad to see it from the Tigers. Let's just keep mentioning this. Young team. Good things to happen to them right now. They need to move forward, win next week, put themselves in the playoffs. I don't think anybody's going in with any thoughts about how they would dominate in the playoffs, but guess what? As young as they are and what they're doing, great experience for the future, and you never know. Who knows?
Okay, on behalf of Jimbo Lofton, George Willett, Cliff Nyman, this is Mick Perkins saying good night as the Tigers win at 34-23 over the Mustangs of Stanhope Elmore. Thanks for watching the Scenic Sports Network.
You've been watching High School Football Game Night, presented by Scenic Cable Network and Productions. Join us again next time.